Welcome. You with the Nasty Pastor, and I'm back with another chapter read of Exodus from out of the Holy Bible. You got what I'm saying? And we got into the Ten Commandments. You know what I mean? That was something in chapter 18. No, chapter 19. No. Chapter 20. We got into the Ten Commandments. That was the last chapter we read. And it was revealing going back. Revealing going back over it. You know what I mean? I didn't spend a lot of time on it, but because we all should understand the Ten Commandments. It's very simple. It's very plain. You know what I mean? And it's something that we really should, pay a lot of attention to. You got what I'm saying? It's even a part in there, that I always speak about. We should honor our parents. You know what I mean? Our mother, our father. You got what I'm saying? And I'm hopefully later on, as I continue to read in the Holy Bible, we get to the part where the parents must honor the children. You got what I'm saying? And that should be a commandment. So it should be 11 commandments, or there should be a commandment taken out and leaving it at 10. You feel what I'm saying? But, did we talking about the Old Testament? We're talking about before Christ. We're talking about the upbringing. Well, we're talking about really the laws that was placed upon, I would say adults, because as a child, you're being guided. You feel what I'm saying? You're being guided into knowing what's right and what's wrong. You know what I mean? But as you are an adult, I don't care where you go, into another land or into your land, you should understand and be able to process the laws of the land. You get what I'm saying? But it's a true statement, you know what I mean? We are to honor our parents, you know what I mean? We are to honor our elders, you feel what I'm saying? So respect go a long way. You get me? Respect goes a long way. And when you think about what our elders has done, has placed, upon this rock, has given this world of ours, you know what I mean? Respect them. All of them ain't dumb. All of them ain't stupid. All of them ain't junkies. All of them ain't drug addicts. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, all of them not. They're not. Some are wiser than others. You feel what I'm saying? But look, we're on chapter 1. You with the Nasty Pastor. And no, we're on chapter 21. You're with the Nasty Pastor, and the title is The Law Concerning Servants. Now these are the judgments which you shall set before them. If you buy a Hebrew servant, he shall serve 6 years, and in the 7th he shall go out free and pay nothing. If he comes in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he comes in married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master has given him a wife, and she has borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. But if the servant plainly says, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him to the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or to the door post, and his master shall pierce his ear with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. And if a man sells his daughter to be a female slave, she shall not go out as the male slaves do. Now, that was something I didn't understand about selling your daughters off to people, back before Christ. I didn't get it, but I did see a movie. I don't remember the title. I did see a movie, and what stuck in my head is that the man said, you know, I'm doing this because this man could provide you with a better life than I can. Now, this is your father talking to this young woman that he born, that he, helped birth, helped raise, and bring into this world. You got what I'm saying? Handing them over to another man, another family, and saying, this man can give you a better life than I can. That is a fickle, imple-minded person that only see the riches, only see wealth, only see money, only see that shiny cars, big houses, gold, jewelry, stuff like that. You never know what you can give your children. Sometimes all your children need is companionship. They don't need jewelry. They don't need a fancy car, a mansion, a 10-room mansion. They don't need all that. They just need you to be there to teach them. They need you to be there to love them, to nurture them, to guide them. You feel what I'm saying? Verse 8, if she does not please her master who has betrothed her to himself, then he shall let her be redeemed. He shall have no right to sell her to a foreign people, since he has dwelt deceitfully with her. And if he has betrothed her to his son, he shall deal with her according in the custom of daughters. If he takes another wife, he should not diminish her food, her clothing, and her marriage rights. And if he does not do these three for her, then she shall go out free without paying money. Verse 12 is, the title is the law concerning violence. Now let's get into that, Let's really get into that, because see, that deals with me and my self-control. Let me explain these readings to you, It's therapeutic. I'm going to tell you it's therapeutic. You feel what I'm saying? I get pissed. I lose control, but I haven't got to the point where I don't beat you down with my hands. I've did some things with my mouth. I haven't beat you down with my hands yet, and I hope it never get that far where I have to lay my hands upon you. So let's get into the laws concerning violence. Verse 12, he who strikes a man so that he dies shall surely be put to death. You understand that? He who strikes a man, and if that man die, you shall be put to death also. See, that goes back into the law of eye for an eye. Let's move on. However, he did not lie and wait, but God delivered him into his hand. Then I will appoint for you a place where he may flee. But if a man acts with premeditation against his neighbor to kill him by treachery, you should take him from my altar, that he may die. And he who strikes his father or his mother should surely be put to death. He who kidnaps a man and sells him, and if he is found in his hand, shall surely be put to death. And he who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. You see how everything put to death? That's how I was back in before Christ's days. They kill you quick. They off you quick for not the most littlest things, because respect is big. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of this plays off of respect. A lot of these laws we're hearing is being respectful. You feel what I'm saying? If men contend with each other and one strikes the other with a stone or with his fist, and he does not die but is confined to his bed. Excuse me. Where we at? To his bed. If he rises again and walks about outside with his staff, then he who struck him shall be acquitted. he shall only pay for the loss of his time and shall provide for him to be thoroughly healed. And if a man beats his male or female servant with a rod so that he dies under his hand, he should surely be punished. Now, I don't get that part. You got what I'm saying? That you're going to punish him for beating on his servant. You feel what I'm saying? In other words, his slave. So when you think of slavery and you think of the word servant and you think of servitude, you know what I mean? You're owned, and you're owned to do as a person please with you. You get it? A person please to do with you. So there ain't a wise choice to sell yourself into slavery, into bondage. Know what you're getting into. And if a man beats his male or female servant with a rod so that he dies under his hand, he should surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he remains alive a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his property. If men fight and hurt a woman with child so that she gives birth prematurely, yet no harm follows, he shall surely be punished, accordingly as the woman's husband imposes on him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. But if any harm follows them, you shall give life or life, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for a hand, foot for a foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. If a man strikes the eye of his male or female servant and destroys it, he shall let him go free for the sake of his eye. And if he knocks out the tooth of his male or female servant, he shall let him go free for the sake of his tooth. And this last part of chapter 21 read, from 28, verse 28 to 36. The title is Animal Control Laws. You got what I'm saying? If an ox gores a man or a woman to death, then the ox shall surely be stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be acquitted. Excuse me. You heard that? Even the animals got rights. Even the animals got rights. Let's get into 29. But if the ox tends to thrust with its horn in times past, and it has been made known to his owner, and he has not kept it confined so that it has killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and its owner also shall be put to death. Come on, Mike. Come on now. Get rid of both of them, right? Both of them got to go. Alright. Where we at? That's a shame. Okay, there we go. Number 30. If there is imposed on him a sum of money, then he shall pay to redeem his life whatever is imposed on him. Whether it has gored a son or gored a daughter, according to his judgment, it shall be done to him. If the ox gores a male or female servant, he shall give to their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. And if a man opens a pit, or if a man digs a pit and does not cover it, and an ox or donkey falls in it, the owner of the pit shall make it good. He shall give money to their owner, but the dead animal shall be his. If one man's ox hurts another so that it dies, then they shall sell the live ox and divide the money. Divide the money from it. And the dead ox they shall also divide. Or if it was known that the ox tended to thrust in time past, and his owner has not kept it confined, he should surely pay ox for ox, and the dead animal shall be his own. Well, that's the end of chapter 1 reading. And it's short, it's sweet, it's direct. And I just say, to you once again, know what you're doing. for real, know exactly what you're doing, because you will end up selling yourself and being owned by someone else. You feel what I'm saying? And what you're not realizing, people are into slavery. It's a different world we're living in. And I don't believe none of us was really witnessing the world that we're living in, because we must didn't believe it. We must was part of it. Or we must was thinking about being part of it. And the last one, number 4, I believe I would say, is that, we tend to follow instead of lead. We tend to see things other people see as being joyous, where your upbringing tells you that is disrespectful. Anywho, you've been with the Nasty Pastor. There's been another chapter read from out of Exodus. I'm out, and I love you.